Welcome back to Third Phase Moon. Blake Cousins here. We've got a special for you today and an update in regards to what was found in the Utah desert. We have an eyewitness who lives in close proximity to the location, an eyewitness to what happened. It's my pleasure to bring you this breaking news. Buckle up, everybody. It's going to get incredibly wild. We got the man who witnessed this thing fall from the sky. That's right, fall from the sky. Let's just get to it and listen to the eyewitness that I just recorded moments ago. Welcome to the show. Thanks for calling in.
Hi, how are you?
Let's get going on this. When did you see this thing fall out of the sky, if you think it is possibly this monolith? Was it recently?
It fell out of the sky on Friday night. Search and rescue teams went out because a lot of calls came in because of it. I have a family member who's on the search and rescue team. When they went out there, they weren't out there for maybe an hour, and a lot of military officials showed up and had them leave. The story that everyone saw about the Bureau of Land Management flying over and seeing this just out of the blue. As far as myself and my family member are concerned, none of us, it's a small community. We don't know any of those people. We've never seen any of those people in our lives. So I think that whole story is bunk. It's not real. I think it's just a cover-up. But I don't know. That's just speculation. I don't know for sure. All I know is we saw something extremely bright fall from the sky out near where it is. And now nobody's allowed within several miles of the Slot Canyon.
What was the name of the canyon again?
Snow Canyon.
So right now, Snow Canyon is basically blocked off by military at this moment?
Snow Canyon is not blocked off, but it's out near Snow Canyon. It's in a slot canyon, basically. A lot of the hills and things around here are all made of sandstone. I don't know if you're familiar with Zion National Park. It's just a giant sandstone canyon. But yeah, this is something similar. It's not anywhere near as big as Zion Canyon, I guess you could say. But yeah, so it's in the Slot Canyon. It's just out in the middle of the desert.
Would you be able to possibly, I know we got some geography from the pilots flying over this thing. Would it be possible to maybe find this on Google Earth so we could get the exact coordinates?
I'm sure you could. Yeah.
You're talking to us for the first time. You know, we haven't met. We're just like you called us up. We wanted to get the information out as soon as possible. I can understand you're a little nervous right now. And I want to tell everybody, the person that's calling in, he wants to remain anonymous. He's a little concerned. There's some military in the area. It's been kind of quarantined off. So, again, let's get back to this search and rescue. You have a family member in search and rescue, and you witnessed this. How can you confirm that there is some kind of military cover-up going on right now?
I don't know what they're doing. I have no idea what they're doing. All I know is they got out there to see what had fallen out of the sky, whether it was an airplane or something. That's just what, it's what they do. It calls, is they send out search and rescue. And basically, it's just a bunch of local guys that have, souped up Jeeps and samurais and things like that. And, they've got all kinds of fun toys that they're able to get up into the remote areas.
Well, I know that. Let me ask you this: you live in a small rural area. There's only so many people around, but I'm sure word of mouth is getting around in your area. What is the word on the ground of what people think this is, or where it came from?
Well, like I said, it didn't happen yesterday, like they said it did, or the day before. This happened on Friday night, and there was a buzz about it on Saturday, but people around here are pretty good about keeping their mouths shut about things. half the reason I'm pretty nervous about calling in the first place. So there's not a lot of talk. I've talked to my family member a couple more times about it, but even he's, pretty hush hush about it ever since they kicked them out of there.
So what
You
did it?
understand
Go
where
ahead.
we live? I live in a place. My family's cattle ranch is I won't give exactly the mileage. I know I put it in my email to you, but if you were to go on into that email I gave you and go to the runway in Area 51 and draw it out, the amount of miles that I put in that email, exactly due east of the runway is my family's cattle ranch. And we've lived between, where I live is between Area 51 and the Dugway Proving Grounds. We see a lot of military out here, and we see a lot of things that we can't explain, but people around here are pretty accustomed to just not say anything. But what happened the other night, and the presence that's over there right now, is pretty outstanding.
So do you think maybe this is some experiment craft that originated from Area 51?
I have no idea. I can't, speculate. I really don't know what it is. I have no idea. I know, I can tell you that they threw a strap around it to try to move it, the search and rescue team, and it wouldn't even move. It would not budge, but it didn't look as if it had created an impact crater and it was extremely cold to the touch. That's pretty much all I know about it.
Some people are saying they see rivets in the construction of this. Did he mention anything about rivets?
No, he didn't say anything.
So extremely cold to the touch. This thing's totally embedded into the ground. It couldn't budge. They try to lift it out.
Yeah, it didn't even wiggle.
So I would have to say it's hard to tell how embedded in Earth it is. Like it could be, 10 feet, 20 feet, maybe even longer.
Oh yeah. I mean, I guess it could be. I have no idea. It's just really very odd.
So do you think we're going to find out what this is, or is this going to be like the Roswell cover-up? Because right now I reached out to a lot of officials, and I haven't got any word back yet.
You're not going to. You're not going to hear anything from anybody, and this will just be swept under the rug, and eventually everybody will stop talking about it. And that's just how it goes.
So when you witness this thing,
I know this isn't exciting, but I'm just being honest with you.
no, this is incredibly groundbreaking and exciting, in my opinion. Can you explain once again what it looked like to your eye when you noticed this? What got your your interest in looking up and seeing this thing, and explain what it looked like?
Oh, my kids and I are always outside looking. We were always seeing crazy things. I've had my kids run in the house before and screaming at me to come outside and look at something in the sky. We were outside looking, at trying to find a shooting star or something like that, and this came down out of the sky, and it was so bright that it was. Have you seen what Venus looks like in the sky at night? Imagine that times 10, 15. I mean, it was extremely bright, but it didn't fall at what you would expect free fall speed would look like. It's hard to explain. It didn't have a smoke trail behind it. It didn't. Usually when you get like a bright meteorite or something that falls out of the sky, it's green or orange or something like that. You know what I mean? This didn't look like that. It was pure white. It didn't look as though it was a fiery, bright white. It was just a very beautiful, bright white light that came straight down and disappeared over the hill. And over the course of about an hour, the luminosity that you could see coming from over the hill very slowly went out.
This is incredible stuff. Can you estimate how far you are actually from the possible location to this monolith?
If I were to drive, I can't tell you exactly how many miles I am from where it's at, where I'm at. But if I were to drive from where I'm at to get out there, it would take me about 40 minutes.
You got to keep us updated. You say we're not going to get any answers. I don't know. I got a feeling we might, but it is incredible that we got confirmation on the ground from eyewitnesses that witnessed something just a few days ago fall from the sky. Did you say it kind of descended in a way that seemed slower than a meteorite or anything like that? It kind of descended.
I have a hard time saying it fell, because it didn't seem as though it was falling. It seemed like it was.
Like there's intelligence behind it, controlled flight.
It was a controlled fall. How's that? That sounds better. Yeah, that definitely sounds more descriptive.
Kind of like the Elon Musk rockets. They come down, they descend, but it's a controlled descent. Insane what we're listening to.
Yeah, something like that, except it didn't have any kind of there was no sound whatsoever. There was no rocket booster. You could definitely tell there was no fire. You know what I mean? It was as if it was completely made of light. It was amazing. It was very pretty.
Did you get any more information from that we haven't heard yet in regards to this thing? You said it was cold. It didn't budge. Anything else?
He, as far as the object itself, no. He didn't tell me anything else. He said that when the military showed up, they were pretty adamant about them getting the hell out of there and not coming back out, and that everything was under control, and that if they were to come back out there, that they would be, that the land was now under military control or whatever, and they could be arrested or so on and so forth. It's the same old song and dance that they always do. So.
Yeah. They have their protocol. Interesting. I appreciate you reaching out to us today and appreciate you calling us back, giving us this testimony. We're going to be sharing this to the world. Everybody's going to be listening to this, and I hope people in the area come forward, express what they saw. I know it's real brave of people to come forward and share the story. So again, appreciate you talking to us right here at Third Phase Moon. Keep us updated if anything else transpires of this.
Yep, absolutely.
So, Brent, what do you make of this after listening to the anonymous source that claims that he lives within the vicinity of this location, only about a 40-minute drive away? How many? A 40-minute drive away from his location. He lives on a ranch. Apparently, whatever was happening, he has privy information that we just heard tonight. This monolith fell down from the sky, or as he states, it kind of descended in a controlled manner. What is behind this? Now this is getting very, very bizarre, because as of today, I did not get any word back from any officials after I left numerous messages. It's kind of surprising. You would have thought they would have got back to me with some kind of answer, but from what the anonymous source says is that nobody's allowed there. There's a military that's restricting access to the area, and they are very seem to be intimidating the people that were even there that discovered it. They told them they better leave right now. But what we got here is a mystery, because this seems that it isn't a work of art or some kind of a hoax from the eyewitness. This thing fell from the sky. Brent, what's your thoughts here?
This anonymous caller gave us a ton of information. He broke down pretty much everything, the time, the date, even the location, the general area. So we're getting close to solving this mystery, but wow, it just got even bigger. We're going down this rabbit hole because I think this caller really nailed it. He sounds genuine, honestly, and what I'm hearing from him and what's happening with the reports, they're saying this thing's cold to the touch. And they try to actually bring it down, and it didn't even budge. Amazing stuff.
Exactly, Brent. And what I've been hearing from the anonymous caller, he just reached out to me. He's a little concerned about putting this up, but I assured him that I would not reveal who he was, and he's pretty safe. We keep our sources, anonymous if they don't want to come forward, and I could totally concur. But he also says if people are watching this, he may have more updates. He's got a lot of connections in the area, and he might even have something for us shortly. So stand by for that. I hope the person that called in is listening. We appreciate you calling us up today, sharing this information. It's very brave of you to do so. And I think anybody that has any information in regards to this or anything else that involves the UFO phenomenon cover-up, you reach out to Third Phase Moon, because we got to get the word out. That's what we're here for. I want to thank everybody who's joining us on the YouTube live premiere right now, and all the huge support as of recent. It really helps the cause right here. We got more updates for you. We got documentaries that we're going to be releasing for free on Third Phase Moon, and we also have our backup channel. It's called Third Phase. You may want to check it out. We're giving you short segments, a little clips of what's breaking on Third Phase Moon on a daily basis. But if you want to get the shortened version of it, you could go check out Third Phase right now. And we will also be giving some exclusive original content on there as well. So thanks everybody for joining us again. Blake Cousins, thanks Brent. Everybody keep your eyes on the skies. Be safe out there. Blake Cousins, we'll see you next time.